then of course I work with the DNA reports and a bunch of functional reports. And I might do GI maps and see, how people's microbiome is. And we do a lot of data points too, or we might work with a continuous glucose monitor. But that's secondary to that first foundation of really feeling into like, how do we want to be, and being grateful and acknowledging all that's already working, so that we don't start feeling defeated and feeling like we're going to restrict our diet and we're going to work out harder and we're going to punish ourselves. Like, my work is about removing all that and really focusing on more of the interconnectedness of everything, body, mind, and this love.
And yeah, so at the end, if I could, I guess, say a summary, in my opinion, is we are eating and we are exercising and we are breathing because we love ourselves. That, to me, that's it. I mean, we have some similar, part of our jobs are similar. And I mean, I've had someone, tell me like she felt when she was eating the salad, she was like being punished on some level. And I think so much, women, particularly, that are punishing themselves because they don't love what they see in the mirror. And so and obviously that's counterproductive, because in the end, how much are we really going to take care of something that we really don't cherish and love and appreciate for something? It doesn't mean we can't change. I mean, would you agree? I mean, just because we love ourselves right now, it doesn't mean that, that's, to me, the irony is that's when you can actually change.
That's right. And I think there's a fear of, oh, I'll be more complacent or I'll get lazy. If I just love myself as I am, then I'm not going to do anything. But it's the opposite.
Exactly.
The whole notion of like beating ourselves up about something, it's almost like, we want to beat anybody else to the punch, right? If we judge ourselves, like, then nobody else's comments are going to interfere as much or make us feel bad, because we're already making ourselves feel bad. And two, it's this notion like, if I beat myself enough, I'm not going to repeat this action again. But what happens, and I think especially with eating, because so much of our emotions are connected to food, sometimes it's because food was the reward or how somebody showed us love, right, through food. So food can be very complicated into how we feel about ourselves. And if we go for, say, the ice cream pint, just, as an example, nothing against ice cream, but like, say we're eating a ton of it.
It has a place, we'll say that,
Yes,
like on Thanksgiving.
Exactly. But say, like, if somebody, especially like once you start really listening to yourself with curiosity and love, when you eat, you start noticing like, wow, that food really made me feel sour. I'm irritable. My stomach feels funny. Maybe the next day you don't go to the bathroom and you start feeling constipated. There's certain foods that then, because we love ourselves, we're going to be like, I'm going to actually avoid that. Even though it may be, let's say if it is the ice cream, like, but I love ice cream. But when you love yourself more, then it's easy to say, just not now. And it doesn't mean I'm not going to have it forever, but maybe like, oh, I'm going to work on like strengthening my digestion a little bit, and then I'll have some. But it comes from not like, I can't have ice cream, but I really want it. It's more like, I don't really want it because I want to feel good. And I want to do that because I love myself, So you start changing your perception around certain foods. And so even things that used to be rewards before or treats, you can identify like, well, it's not really a treat if it's treating me badly, right? Like if I don't feel good and I don't have energy to do what I love, then I don't necessarily need to eat that. And some days are going to be others, right?
To me, it sounds like, again, the whole mindfulness around like really getting people to be in touch with, they ate this and how they felt later, and really connecting that. But, complicating all of this is, I feel, our food, because I actually was talking to a client today and explaining how the reason that we crave food, of course we crave calories, but the other part, okay, which
Mhm.
speaks, I believe, to your people, is also we have cravings for different flavors. And the reason why is because of all those nutrients that those flavors are associated with. But now, if we just use all the artificial sweetening and chemicals like in Doritos, so it
Mhm.
has the flavor but no nutrients, guess what happens?
Exactly.
You're hungry.
Chaos.
So,
Yeah.
so I mean, I think, but educating, but I feel like it's so hard for people to think that they're just going to not eat certain foods. Like you really, I think it comes to what you're saying, if I'm correct, and just really trying to pay attention. Okay, what is it that I really want right now as well? Like, what is my body saying to me?
What does
You
my body
know?
need? And I feel like that's why I love the notion of intuitive eating, and I
Yeah.
love the notion of this connection with self-love, because that I liken it to, when people say like, oh, I fell off the wagon. And I've had many a client tell me, oh, Thaisa fell off so badly, like I jumped out of the wagon last week. And that's okay. Like it's not about perfection. I love progress, not perfection. However, I feel like we really need to see the wagon, build the wagon in our dreams, like, and really want to be on that wagon. If it's a wagon we love, it's all plush, it's gorgeous, it rides smoothly, right? And I'm talking about like the body that we want to have and how we want to feel good in it and have energy.